And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Welcome to Alaska Weather. I'm meteorologist Peter Chan, coming to you from the National Weather Service in Alaska region on this Saturday, June 1st, 2024. And if you'd like additional weather information on top of what you get in this YouTube video, you can go to weather.gov. That is the National Weather Service's online presence. It'll bring you to a web page with a map of the continental U.S. and Hawaii and Alaska located to the lower left. If you point and click anywhere on this map, it'll pull up a very specific forecast for anywhere in the nation, including any relevant watches, warnings, or advisories. There's all sorts of other information to pull from this site. But a quick check of the weather map this Saturday afternoon. We have severe thunderstorm watches, parts of Texas, Louisiana, back into the Big Bend region of Texas, southeast New Mexico, on up into the central high plains, eastern Colorado into western Kansas, southwest Nebraska. Further west, there are excessive heat watches. They expect pretty high temperatures in areas of the Big Valley and down into areas of southern Nevada around Vegas. As we get into the midweek, temperatures will be easily topping 100 degrees. Here in Alaska, good news is, as far as the river breakup season is concerned, all major rivers south of the Brooks Range are open and ice-free, except those along the North Slope. That would include the Colville River and the Sag River. The Colville still is a little more ice and is breaking up, but at this time we're not anticipating any problems up there along the North Slope. And winter isn't quite through yet. There is the potential for some accumulating snow later tonight through early Monday morning in the central Brooks Range. Maybe a couple inches of snow could fall around Anatuvik Pass, and perhaps as much as 4 to 6 inches and a little higher up above 4,000 feet around Adigan Pass. Otherwise, very cool and breezy conditions are going to prevail through the Chukchi Sea coastline, through the Bering Strait, down all the way through St. Lawrence and the Aleutians on Monday and Tuesday, as some colder air drops southward across the Bering Sea. And then we're going to get a wet system midweek here, working its way from the Panhandle northwestward across south central and up into the central interior by the time we get into Wednesday night and Thursday. So looking at the FAA webcams this Saturday afternoon, Wales, breezy, very cool, even a few sprinkles of ice pellets, temperature at 30 degrees, winds gusting well over 30 miles an hour. Along the Alcan border in the east central interior, Eagle, isolated showers. There could even be a rumble of thunder. Temperature approaching 70 degrees as of mid-afternoon in a number of spots. Yukon Flats to around Fairbanks have seen temperatures last couple of days around or just above 70. Kodiak Island picked up a couple inches of rain and getting a little bit of a break today, but another round of rain will be moving in and could produce another 1 to 3 inches of rain coming up here through early in the week. Temperature there 48 degrees. Metlakatla, isolated showers 51, and Metlakatla will see some stronger wind gusts along with rain moving back in on Tuesday with another Gulf low that'll be the one that brings some soaking rains up into south central and along either side of the Alaska Range for midweek. So the areas here up along the North Slope, including Anatuvik Pass, could pick up accumulating snow later tonight through Monday morning. As a shot of colder air, there's a cold front that's going to work its way southward like this, and cold northerly winds on the backside of that will keep temperatures below freezing here early in the week. And final kind of check here, looking at the river breakup map. As I mentioned, all of the major river systems south of the Brooks Range are open, flowing without ice. Still, in the north, along the North Slope, we do find more in the way of some open water developing here on the Sag River, but the Colville River still having some ice there, and it'll be a little longer yet, especially with this latest cold snap early in the week before that clears up. Now, fire danger has crept upward over the weekend. We have a broad area of very high fire danger around the Yukon Flats, Tanana Valley, and also up through the west side of the state. It has been drier. Now, again, this is based on the grass adjective. Grass is the biggest carrier of fire early in the season. But we are going to get some rain across these areas as we go through the week, so I expect the fire danger to be falling down, especially along these areas here by the time we get into Wednesday night and Thursday. But looking at the satellite imagery, we have a weak low sitting here out over the Gulf, but it still has enough to keep some showers and areas of rain going. We have colder air way up here that's going to begin to drop southward, heading toward the Bering through the Bering Strait. Popcorn variety of cumulus buildups indicating showers and perhaps isolated thunder. There's a little ridge that's allowed for warmer temperatures here into the central interior across northwest Canada, a very common feature this time of year. Meanwhile, cooler readings prevail out across the Bering and the Aleutians, at least by this time of year. And looking at, here's that low pressure system. There's going to be another little low pullback along that on Sunday. Thermal trough where we find focus for some scattered showers and isolated storm development, and another little low here that will just kind of slide eastward. Now as we go through late tonight and early on Sunday morning, still a couple of weak lows in the Gulf and some showers and lighter rain around them, but that's what's going to actually bring in another round of a more notable rain there around the east side of Kodiak Island, including Kodiak City. On Sunday, that low just kind of sits there, so Kodiak Island is in the spot to pick up 1 to as much as 3 inches of rainfall through Monday evening with that system. And the occluded front just kind of pushes east and washes out. This will become the next notable low. We find it slides off to the east-northeast, and then it's going to pull up into the Gulf on Tuesday beyond the time frame of this map. And this will have some windier conditions up along the southern and outer panhandle as it spreads west and northward along the Gulf, and that's going to spread an area of precipitation that moves up into south central Anchorage area. Could pick up 1/3 of an inch of rainfall Wednesday afternoon and evening with this system. Meanwhile, colder air on Monday continues to funnel down through the Bering Strait, and it's going to go all the way down toward the Aleutians, so a chilly stretch of weather early this week, breezy and below normal temperatures here early this week there, the Bering Strait, St. Lawrence Island. And looking at what we have for low temperatures Sunday morning, in the 40s across the Panhandle and much of the coastal areas and into the south central interior. It could be a little chillier. Copper River Basin around Gulkana, 36 degrees. And then temperatures in the Panhandle should be confined mainly to the 50s, though Skagway could get up to about 61. Anchorage Bowl and places like Soldotna, Kenai could be up around 61 as well. Any little bit of sun this time of year really helps kick the temperatures up. Some of the warmer temperatures, Talkeetna on over toward Glen Allen at 64 and 65. Kodiak will be only about 49 with rain. And on Monday morning, again, lows generally in the 40s, well above freezing. Same thing here, low mid-40s across areas of south central and along the northern western Gulf Coast. And temperatures Monday afternoon, if you get any sun, you're above 60. If not, you're kept in the 50s, looking at like 65 again around Glen Allen, 68 Talkeetna, and at least lower 60s through the Anchorage Bowl. Across the north and central areas of the mainland, temperatures will be below freezing along the Arctic coast, north slope, spine of the Brooks Range, down into the northern western Seward Peninsula, as well as over towards St. Lawrence Island. But as you creep up the middle upper Yukon and Tanana valleys, lows in the 40s, even near 50 at Fort Yukon. And Sunday afternoon, warmest readings will be here in the Yukon Flats, 75 at Fort Yukon, flirting with 70. Eagle on over toward say Fairbanks and toward Tanana. And then for Monday morning, we expect lows to generally stay above 40 along the Yukon and the Tanana valleys, but again, below freezing here along the Brooks Range spine, up through the North Slope, down along the Chukchi coastline to St. Lawrence Island. And temperatures Monday afternoon will remain for highs near or just below freezing along the northwest Arctic coast from Utqiagvik down through Wales and on over towards Savunga. And then for areas of the east central interior, readings could be up in the 70 to 74 range, especially from Fairbanks to Eagle on up to Fort Yukon. And again, there's that potential for some scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop with the afternoon and evening heating. This will be the case for several days into next week. Areas of the southwest coast, this is warmer than it has been. Up along the Kuskokwim River, readings staying above 40 degrees as we trail out along the Alaska Peninsula to Dutch Harbor, lows around 40. And then daytime highs, some of the warmer readings I've seen in a while, 60s. You get from Bethel on up toward Anvik and eastward toward McGrath. Temperatures should be around 50 along the Alaska Peninsula, and perhaps a little cooler, mid-40s there in the eastern Aleutians. And then Monday morning lows stay above freezing in this area, though. Northerly winds are going to be dropping south. There's some colder air is going to begin to head southward across the Bering Sea toward the Aleutians, but it really will not arrive into this region until on Tuesday and prevail into Wednesday. And temperatures Monday afternoon, immediate coastal areas cool, highs only near 40, Emonic or so, but as we go further east up into the Kuskokwim Basin, we could see highs as warm as 61 at McGrath, 60 also there at King Salmon. So here is the temperature outlook. Not a whole lot changed from what I was telling you a week ago. It's been very consistent. So this is for the second week of June, taking us up into mid-month. We have June 7th through the 11th. I'll show you the next one that takes us to the 15th. But as we've been saying, temperatures cooler than normal along the Gulf, extending down along the Alaska Peninsula and Aleutians. Temperatures averaging a little above normal. North slope areas along the Arctic coast. As we push it a little further, a few more days, we're looking up through mid-month. The same kind of thing, generally cooler than normal temperatures across the southeast panhandle, southern mainland down through the Alaska Peninsula into the Aleutians, with temperatures perhaps a little above normal north of the Yukon River along the Brooks Range and Arctic coast. Precipitation-wise, precipitation may average above normal that second week of June, especially from areas around the Kenai Peninsula, Cook Inlet down across the Alaska Peninsula, and perhaps a pocket here in the central eastern Brooks Range. A little below normal here over the southern part of the Panhandle, and then taking it up through mid-month. Just kind of this general, you get scattered showery patterns this time of year, but there's the potential, not a high percentage, but at least the potential for precipitation to average a little above normal across much of the mainland, generally near or a bit below normal across areas of the southeast panhandle.